Well, hello everybody, my name's Mr. Lee David Carter and I wanted to talk about the second part of this video, which is being able to maintain your trans identity and the complexity of passing. So as I spoke about before, about being able to pass and all the issues that are around it, and being able to maintain your identity as a trans man. So like, many do not have the privilege of passing, those layered relationships of not being trans, but just cis, for example, or the concept of passing to many, seems like to be that you're passing when you're not, and being in this body, as you call it, and the issues of passing can be seen as hard for some people. Through my own experiences, what I've gone through, even though the transition was over a decade ago, I found it hard to pass in some ways, from the beginning of the process, or just after, or during it, all of it, to be quite honest. And many out there, with some people, they find it hard in being able to pass out there. And there's also emotions involved when you physically need to be able to pass by being on T, to have that masculinity look. And then of course you've got the emotional side of it, being able to pass, where you need, there's a mismatch in the gender, even though you was assigned female at birth, for example, having to match externally on the outside with the female body so that you match. So there's the emotional side of being out there as well. And then of course, when you've transitioned and you're born in the wrong body, you still need to modify it as well. And whereby, should I say, for me, it's a privilege now for me that I'm just existing, that I'm in that place now where I don't have those emotions of being out there as such with how I feel as a man, that I just exist and I just live my life and I do what I've got to do, as I explained in the first video. But there's many out there that don't want to be out there, they don't want to be known, and we all have free will and free choice. But I made that choice because I work with the TV, the radio, the press, to be out there as a fierce voice and as an advocate for the LGBTQ, the trans community, plus, to get out there and speak out, because people don't understand. Some try to understand, and there's many that do have compassion, they do understand. So my job here is to, bring in diversity, inclusion and diversity, and it's being able to educate out of ignorance, because some people out there are just, people are just people, and many are discriminate and they don't accept it. And they are what they are, that's who they are. But there's many out there, people that are accepting and do understand, and they're compassionate. So people are people, and everybody's different. So I'm going by my experience and what I've come across over the last 50 years. So there's just people out there that don't understand trans people, and they're not empathetic to those people that, the majority out there. So my job here is to bring in positive change, and because people are curious and it's human nature, and they ask awkward questions, many people, some very awkward questions when coming out, and we're just people, we're just human beings that are different, and we're just different, and that's it. We were born differently, and that's it. So you have to try and make them aware and try and educate people with this kind of topic. And then, being able to come out to family and friends, the emotions that are involved, we're just born different. And then of course you've got the inner battles as well with coming out, being able to get your head around it, to be yourself, transphobia, being able to acceptance, the transphobia, those kind of emotions and feelings of coming out as well. There's all that to deal with. Your internal, being able to match with your external society, how society views you. If there's any hate on me, I just laugh at them. I just, just let it go over my head. Over the last 10 years, I've been on national TV, and there's been a little bit of stigma by one or two people in the public, but on the whole, the network and people around me are quite supportive. But there are all out there that do hate, and they do discriminate, and they don't understand, and they think that you're weird or you're a freak, but you're not. You're just different. Okay, when it comes to the gender spectrum, and the world is changing. They are getting there, but it's going to take time. Okay, and then people just won't change, and it is what it is. So there's all that to deal with. We're coming out being laughed at, so just send them love, because it's just negative energy, negative behaviour. Just turn it around, be positive about it, laugh it off, let it go over your head, but be nice, be polite, be in how you deal with it. So there's all that to deal with, and then of course naturally, I've just finished doing a TV documentary film, and this is this is very intelligent. It's a very good, strong, emotional core to the story, and it's really going to get people thinking. So on how you look at people in a different perspective, should I say. So I wanted to bring that bit up as well, okay? So yeah, coming out, there's all that to contend with. Being able to pass those kind of issues, and then of course I want to say from my experiences also the importance of passing. There are the issues of safety as well involved, because those trans people out there that don't want to pass or need to pass or go onto hormones, for example, they are still trans. And if that individual identifies as trans and they are trans, there's the issue of safety as a trans man as well when coming out. So there's all of that to deal with, and the complexities of passing and the issues of coming out. So the importance of safety, as well as respecting people's identity, should I say. So there's all that to deal with as well. So, but what I will say with the diagnosis, the name mentioned before, gender, dysphoria, the stigma around it, this being mental sickness, can be seen by a majority of people. They think that they're mentally sick. Well, you're not mentally sick. It's not a mental illness, gender dysphoria. I do believe it's scientific and it's genetic. And I mentioned this on this morning's show. So I've mentioned this already without giving any names on TV. So I did mention this a decade ago. So there's that to also to consider and to think about when it comes to pros and cons. And but basically, with the medical side, all of that, being able to pass, going through the process, gender reassignment surgery and all of that as well, which is, should I say, if it's categorized as a medical condition, you see it as people as being sick, and we're not sick. We haven't got a mental illness. I work around mental health every day. We're not mentally ill. It's part of my job, part of my work, part of my journey, and different kinds of mental illness. But gender dysphoria is not a mental illness. And I'm going to say this from the heart, that it's not. And it's been scientifically proven, biologically, it's not a mental illness. Okay? So, because you are not, and if you see yourself as trans, and it's already been mentioned on TV that I felt it was genetic, and scientists have proven this. So I just wanted to bring this in, whether it needed to have medical intervention or not. You just needed to be who you truly are, and that's it. So I'm going to sign off now with this video. I hope you find this helpful when it comes to passing and maintaining your trans identity and being able to come out. Please follow me. If there's any questions you want to ask, please ask. Press the subscribe button. I'm on www.leedavidcart.com and you'll find me on there. And thank you for watching this video. I'm going to say love and light, namaste, and to all yous out there that are going through this now, speak your truth, speak out, be who you are, and reach your highest potential. Bye for now. Speak to you soon.